Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Gremlins have invaded the studio this morning, and welcome in. It's been one of those fun mornings where random discrepancies in technology have been the name of the game. Have you ever had that issue, Rick and Kaye?
All the time.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. One, internet went down. You guys were here.
Yeah.
I held it together pretty good.
You did.
I did.
There was only a little bit of crying.
10 years ago, all these Skittles would have been all over this office.
You've mellowed.
Yeah, got in early. I was like,
No,
great.
those are not Skittles.
Well, freeze-dried Skittles. What are they? Joy. I don't know what you would. They're Skittles, but like freeze-dried Joy. Freeze-dried bundles of joy.
Is that what they are?
Sounds like children.
It does.
Freeze-dried bundles of joy.
Well, it felt like.
But no, this morning it was fun. Got up earlier. Got up about 15 minutes earlier. I don't know how because Braylon woke up overnight. She doesn't do that much, so 2 a.m. Baby woke up first, changed his diaper, handed him off to Bridget. All is well. Go back to sleep. No. 5 minutes later, Braylon's crying. She doesn't normally wake up. So 2:30 in the morning, I get up. And if she wakes up in the middle of the night, there is no putting her back in the crib and her going to sleep. The only way is, and we let her cry for like 20 minutes. We thought, okay, after 20 minutes, I can't do this anymore. Something's going on. So I think it's her teeth is what's going on. So I go in there, take care of her, and we have a guest bed in her bedroom. And so, I go in there and put her in the bed, and I lay next to her, and I was like, okay, well, I'm sleeping in here the rest of the night. Well, whenever she's in the bed, she likes to kick and turn and toss. So Daddy didn't really go back to sleep too much. I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. So I was like, you know what? I'm up a lot earlier than I normally am. Just I don't know how, by the grace of the good Lord. So we get into the studio early, and get in. First thing I notice is it's a little bit warmer in here, but it's okay. Got the AC cranked up. We're going good. Then the internet wasn't working. Oh, great. Okay, awesome. And then just a few moments ago, right before we go on, I'm literally clicking my mouse, and the mouse pointer's on the screen, but it's moving stuff that's 2 inches away. My goodness.
I saw this. It was amusing.
Yeah, and it was right before we went on. And I just told Kaye, I said, the enemy is in full attack mode. And in the words of Sweet Brown from back in the day in the apartment fire, where she said, "I got bronchitis," ain't nobody got time for that. Because here we go. Here we go. On a Wednesday, friends, I just wanted to give you that prelude to let you know and welcome in to everybody joining us on the new Spirit Radio FM app as well. We keep it family friendly here on Good Morning Huntsville.
Yeah,
still
so we were
having a
actually
great
scheduled
day.
to start on time.
We were. Yeah.
Despite all that, we're still having a great time.
We're still
Yes.
going. We're still going. You know why we're having a great time? Not only because Rick and Kaye Bohening are here. Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori schools. Do not put a Z in that. Our good friend, Bill Doggett, joining us this morning. And we're going to be talking Walker County OEM here in a little bit. And so we're excited to have Bill in as always coming in, talking shop. I feel like when Mr. Doggett comes in here, I've got to be more formal. So Mr. Doggett. And I feel like that, we need to roll out, not really a red carpet because, red doesn't really, but more like a Huntsville Hornet green carpet. And we don't have one yet. So we're going to be bringing that in one of these days pretty soon. And also our good friend Butch Davis is going to be joining us too from Walker County OEM. They've got a big event coming up on Saturday that we'll be talking about. And so excited to bring all of that to you here. As always, friends, let us know that you're out there. A lot of folks already chiming in this morning. And please let us know, as always, what you're thankful for today as you're waking up with us. Always say it on this show, just waking up with an attitude of gratitude is important. And you may be in a tough circumstance this morning, but don't let that define you because your best days are truly right around the corner. Speaking of best days, good friend of ours that I've gotten to know here over the past couple of months down in Houston, Texas, will be joining us remotely, who has came out with a book that I would assume is going to be a bestseller here before too long. Good friend Nick Nilsson has written a book called You Can Live the Dream. And so Nick will be joining us tomorrow. He's on staff at Lakewood Church and just really excited to have him on tomorrow as well, just to talk about his book. And just, we've all got dreams in our hearts, and sometimes those dreams don't come to pass. But you know what? They will if you remain patient. And in some way, shape, or form, they will come to pass. May not be exactly what you were hoping for, but that's okay.
I'm living the dream now.
I knew Rick by now. I knew that you were wanting to run 5 or 10 casinos and, and have your name in Louisiana all over the place. It didn't work out yet.
Not yet. Well, it probably won't.
It's coming soon.
He rolls the dice every morning when he gets up.
Yeah. Do you have a chart that's, 1 through 6 and
Yeah.
whatever it lands on, right?
Good mood. Nope, not again.
Rick, you're always in a good mood, man. So, and something too that Bill had mentioned when he walked in, and I kind of felt this. Every morning when I get up, I open the back door and I let the dogs out. There's some morning, yeah. They usually some mornings they want out earlier than later, and I always do because Bridget, she's up with the baby all night. I don't want her to have to get up and deal with that, and so I try to let them out before I leave. And this morning, I opened that back door, and I did not notice that thick butter of an atmosphere coming through the back door. It was somewhat pleasant this morning. I did not notice a really thick, usually I walk out with muffins, and I'm like, they're already buttered because of how thick it is outside. This morning, I just didn't notice that when I walked out. So
It was very pleasant this morning. I was out in the car early, too.
I think dew points were maybe in the 50s or so as Bill was talking, and so hopefully, we'll see maybe a cool down, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. We've been keeping an eye on the weather, but it's, we still just got to get on our knees and pray, man. We got to do a lot of praying because we need some rain in this county. We need some rain throughout the state of Texas. I was talking to my mom back in the Austin area, and they're on very, very strict watering restrictions now. And there was one guy that was, he was on the news, and he was just going off about how his yard's all turning, dried up. And I said, well, man, it's not just about you, buddy. It's if you're under a water restriction, you better adhere to it. Sorry, your yard's turning brown, but it's not just you; it's everybody.
I grew up in West Texas. This looks normal to me.
My uncle got away with this. I don't know if you guys were on the show, but down in Pearsall, Texas, they're a little more lax on what they do down in Pearsall. It's probably why the population's maintained 9,000 over 30 years. There's been no growth. I guess when it's a good community. I have family down there. That's why I'm talking about it. And great hunting area, by the way. Down in South Texas, some of the best hunting you can get. But my uncle was frustrated because he has gardens, and the city started saying, well, you can't use a public water right now to water. And this was years and years ago. Well, they're so relaxed on their how they do things up there. He went and drilled his own well, living in city limits, drilled his own well. And I asked him, I said, how are you able to get away with that? And he goes, well, there's no ordinance to prevent it. And so no one else had thought of it. And so he drilled his own well and has his own water there on his property down in the city limits. Well, then the neighbor did it because he did it. And before long, I think the whole street had their own. I said, well, that's good. Now everybody's going to be without water that way too. So, if there's a water restriction, adhere to that because it's not about you, it's about everybody, and we need to make sure that we protect that valuable resource. Well, again, friends, let us know that you're out there this morning. As always, we are here with Rick and Kaye Bohening at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We'll be talking more with Rick and Kaye on the back end of the show this morning about what they've been up to and all the great things happening at Tomorrow's Promise. We are also broadcasting downtown in our studio. Big thank you to Elliott's Jewelers online at elliotsjewelers.com. Mr. Elliott Herzlich helping to bring the studio to you, and also Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Our good friend Paul Oley. Go by and see him. Let him know that we sent you. And, of course, Tomorrow's Promise. Thank you all for being here as always. Wouldn't be able to bring this show and highlight the good happening in our community without y'all.
Well, this is most of the good right here.
Yeah. How many different colors of shirts do y'all have, by the way? I've always wondered this.
32,000.
Well, that's a lot. How many, though, for real? Maybe 10 variations?
Well, we have the Tomorrow's Promise
Yes,
shirts.
the one.
Or,
Yeah, like these, the Tomorrow's Promise shirts.
There's probably about 12 or 15 maybe of these.
I need to. I dress a little more. I normally wait until Friday. Normally I'm in long sleeves, and man, I got a real bad farmer's tan going on here. I've been out at Sam Houston practices, and it's. I just realized that, but I wanted to go a little more casual this morning.
I've got one of those farmer's tans myself.
There you go. Yeah, you and I, Rick, will keep that under wraps here. But again, friends, let us know that you're out there this morning, and also wanted to remind you today as we get started that this week's keyword is school. Again, the keyword this week is school. So text that in alongside your name to 936-339-0139. Our good friend Clay over at 0 Degree has been gracious to hook us up with. Rick, show this real quick. I'm going to put the camera there on you, and you may have to hold that up. These are freeze-dried Skittles. Those things are worth $35 a tub, and $35 a tub. And we've already given one away, a couple away, actually. So today is the final day for the Skittles. The rest of the week, we've got some gift cards courtesy of Clay and 0 Degree. But I'm not a big candy fan. I'm not a big Skittles fan, especially because they stick to your teeth. I love the taste. Those things do not stick to your teeth. You bite into them because they're freeze-dried, turns into powder, and it is some of the best stuff I've ever had. And thank the good Lord that I have not opened those up and started eating them, because if he brought me those, half of that thing would already be gone. So text that in. We'll be giving that away today, along with some Rays of Hope shirt and other items as well. And continue. A lot of comments coming in, and I will highlight those as we go on. For now, though, we're going to step aside. We'll take a brief break, and when we come back, we have our good friends here this morning, as Bill Doggett and also Butch Davis here. We'll have Butch on here in just a few moments. So stay with us, friends. More to come. It is your show, as always. It's Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be right back here in just a few moments.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kaye Bohening, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, Management, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Change requires preparation. When seasons change, we check our gardens and plants. We check our heating and AC systems. We rotate our wardrobes. There's work to be done because preparation is always best. I'm Greg Smith with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. As your hometown experts in celebrating life, we're here to help you prepare for the next season, to help you make decisions without burdening your family. It's our family's way of serving yours, and we are honored to do so. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
All right, Huntsville, good morning to you. And not only Huntsville, but wherever in the world you may be listening. For those of you joining us across the Spirit Radio FM app, thank you for being a part of this show as well, as it's all about the spirit of Huntsville, now heard worldwide. We are here live, though, from our studio in beautiful downtown Huntsville, studio presented by Elliott's Jewelers. And also on a Wednesday, a big thank you to Kaye and Rick Bohening of Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We would not be able to bring this show and our great guests, such as Mr. Butch Davis, joining us this morning. He is the Emergency Management Coordinator with Walker County Office of Emergency Management. Good to see you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, I've known of your name for many years, but I've never had the privilege of meeting you. And first and foremost, thanks for being here, and thank you for your service to Walker County and all the work that you guys do. It's a county that's grown, and people are moving here. The word is out. But the culture is still here, and Butch, you and your staff, a big reason of why this community is so great. So thank you.
Well, we thank you. I've been here since 1966 in Walker County, so I'm currently a South Texas transplant.
Yes, we're at in South Texas.
Sinton, Texas.
Okay, the Pirates, home of the Pirates down there. It's funny, my broadcasting career, sports broadcasting, brought me through Sinton at one point, and so I got to know the folks down there and actually broadcasted a year of their football, so that's how I got to know that community.
Well, we had, in 62 and 63, we had a heck of a football team.
Yes, sir. Were you on that team?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. There we go. Did y'all win a state championship that year? But y'all got pretty far.
Got pretty close.
Yes, sir. Still folks and connected back in that community?
I have family that lives there, and of course, growing up there, I worked as a first responder in San Patricia County, and my good friend just retired as sheriff down there this last term. So I still have a lot of contacts down there.
Wonderful. It's a great community, just like Huntsville. Huntsville is a good place to be, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this event coming up this Saturday, the Walker County Emergency Preparedness Fair, and looking forward to that. Kay, did you have a question?
Yeah. What brought you to Huntsville?
Sam Houston State University.
Okay.
What were you studying? What was your major over there?
Ag.
And ag. You know, that's great you brought that up, Mr. Davis, because Gibson, they're doing a lot out there. We're going to be meeting with those folks here in the next couple of weeks and highlighting everything that's going on out at the Ag Research Department.
Oh, yes, they're really growing. It looks nice out there. Something that Sam Houston's needed. They have their rodeo team has won a lot of national champions. That doesn't get broadcast very much, but the Ag Department of Sam Houston is really growing, and under the leadership of the new president, Miss White, Dr. White, things are really looking up for the Ag Department.
I was talking to some folks over there, and my brain, sometimes it's hard for me to retain names. That's one of the kind of the boogaboos that I have. I can meet folks 4 or 5 times, and finally it'll hit me. But I actually had lunch the other day with a good friend of mine, Russell Barnett, who works with the university. And there was another young man there that we had chatted with, and he's over some of that department. And he was talking about, with the new facility that they're building there, and you mentioned these rodeos that they have, that are just world class at a college level, going to bring in some great opportunities for this community and of course for Sam Houston State, and it won't be anything that's going to conflict with the great folks out at the fairgrounds either, but it's going to be something great. And he was talking about some of these rodeos maybe getting some national television time now.
Yes, the Cowboy Channel has really brought rodeo to the forefront, and that's going to help. And I think they will move down into collegiate rodeos and start broadcasting them more. And I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. In Georgetown, where I'm from, we at the time had the second oldest rodeo in the state of Texas, the Williamson County Sheriff's Posse Rodeo, and Donnie Gay would come to town and put those rodeos on. And those were. Did he ever come and present rodeos in this area? I've always wondered that.
I haven't ever. The one that I can remember is Mike Altizer. His dad was Jim Bob Altizer was world's champion calf roper in 1959. In fact, I named my oldest son after him.
Really? Okay. There's some folks in Georgetown, and she named her son, no joke, first name is Ryden. And Ryden, at one point was a fairly popular, boy's name, but the middle name, Rope. So his name is Ryden Rope Clayman.
That's a good name.
It's a doggone good name. I love that one. So, well, Mr. Davis, before we dig in more about, the OEM and your role there, just give us a little bit more background of you, if you don't mind, just so folks, maybe there's somebody out there today that says, I've heard of Butch Davis, but I don't know much about him. Let us know a little bit more. I know you mentioned your journey growing up in Sinton and going to Sam Houston State, but just kind of let us know about your career and what led to the position you're in.
Well, it's kind of funny. I spent my career in law enforcement. I started in 1968 in a little town called Taft, Texas, and as the police department, and I journeyed over to another city, Portland, Texas, which is right next to Corpus Christi, and ended up at the San Patricia County Sheriff's Office. And I always, with an ag background, I always wanted to be involved in agriculture and law enforcement. So I got the best of both worlds. I went to work for the Texas Southwestern Cattle Raisers in 1978, and I worked for them for 26 years. And I was a special ranger assigned to counties in and around Walker County. Walker County was my home station, and so I was involved in the agricultural world and the law enforcement. So I said I had the best of both worlds. And in trying to date myself, 2004, when Sheriff Clint McCrae got elected sheriff, he asked me to go to work for him as his chief deputy. And I did, and when I showed up, he said, "Oh, by the way, you're the emergency management coordinator." Well, if everybody remembers 2005, we had Katrina hit Louisiana, then Rita hit Texas, and emergency management took off. And it just got to be a real hard job balancing both jobs. chief deputy and emergency management coordinator. And I'd been in law enforcement for several years, and I was ready for a change. And so he broke the two jobs apart, and I told him I'll take the emergency management coordinator job. And it's been a blessing. I'm on my 19th year as the emergency management coordinator for Walker County. I've learned a lot. I've come a long way. Emergency management is a growing field right now. It's they have degrees at Sam Houston, undergraduate degree and a master's program in emergency management, and there's lots of things happening in emergency management in the state of Texas.
Well, Mr. Davis, appreciate you kind of sharing that journey with us a little bit. It's always, and because there's always somebody out there that's listening or watching this morning that says, I've always thought about maybe I wanted to be involved in OEM, and what you do is an inspiration to those folks. And so thank you for sharing that with us.
Well, I appreciate it.
You think about this county and just maybe some of the unique challenges that it faces. Some areas have to worry about major flash flooding all the time. Maybe tornadoes are a big thing in a lot of areas. I grew up just outside of Gerald, Texas, and that poor town has been hit multiple times, just like Moore, Oklahoma. I think I was reading the history of Moore. They've been hit almost 10 times, over the last 30 years or so, and some of them, those monster storms that came through. But maybe some of the unique challenges here in this area, you're dealing with, obviously the piney wood trees and potential wildfires. You're dealing with hurricanes, floods. What maybe makes this county more unique in this area to other parts of the state?
Well, it's funny. Growing up in South Texas, I was familiar with hurricanes. We used to say we're having a hurricane party because of hurricanes coming in. But I never thought it would be that big of an impact on Walker County. And we have been impacted several times by hurricanes. Hurricane season starts June the 1st and runs through November the 30th. So, about September the 10th, we'll be at the peak of hurricane season, and we have had several here. We were impacted by Katrina with 23 shelters. We were sheltering people. Rita, right on its back. We've had Harvey. Then we had Ike, Gustav. The last one was Laura. So hurricanes, it does impact Walker County quite a bit. And then, of course, we have the Trinity River that runs through the north part of the county, and we've had floods. Since I've been in this job 19 years, we have been 20 federal disasters declared in Walker County. And through my staff and our department, we have brought, for federal grants, we have brought in about $15 million to Walker County to pay for the damages that's happened here so the citizens didn't have to pick up that bill.
I noticed some of that going on in our neighborhood at Elkins Lake. There's a sign up there, and they're doing some construction work, and it had mentioned something about this is funded by, something to do with the government. And I figure somehow that all ties into you guys through some channel, some way. So
yes, sir. We did a program out there through the Texas A&M Forest Service, and we did some defensible space because wildfires are a bad thing. In fact, we were on one yesterday afternoon here in Walker County. We have been blessed that they haven't been real large. The last large fire that we had here was a couple of years ago, and they called it the Nelson Creek Fire. It burned about 2,000 acres out there in the northeast part of the county.
Speaking of those fires, and just our hearts go out right now to the folks, there in Hawaii and on the island of Maui. That has just been devastating. I hadn't been keeping up with it until just a couple of nights ago, and there just some unbelievable, heartbreaking videos of folks. There was a gentleman, and you probably have seen this too, Mr. Davis. I mean, literally in his car, and they're just running for their lives, driving through these just gargantuous flames, and luckily they made it out. And I was watching with Bridget, and I told her, I said, they're right there on the water. I said, I wonder how many people are actually running to the water. Well, then the next thing we saw was there was literally families in the ocean to avoid those fires.
To avoid the fire, yes. People don't realize how much a fire can do, how much damage, how much devastation it can do. And the recovery time on that is years.
Yes, sir.
Well, and how quickly it happens. I mean, when you've got 80-mile-an-hour winds gusting.
Well, and, like yesterday, the humidity was down low. The wind was up, and that is just the recipe for a wildfire.
Well, some things that you got to do, you got to be prepared. You know, as a family, you need to know what to do in the event of a situation, not just a wildfire, but a flood, maybe a tornado. You know, nobody's immune to any of these things throughout this area. That's why we wanted to have you on today, and appreciate Bill Doggett helping to coordinate to have you here this morning, Mr. Davis. It's the Walker County Emergency Preparedness Fair. This is happening coming up on Saturday. I look at this date, August the 19th. I cannot believe we're already at August the 19th. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is happening indoors, thank goodness, indoors, so you don't have to worry about coming out and getting too hot at the Walker County Storm Shelter. Let us know a little bit more about this event. It's open to the public, obviously. We want folks to come out and learn a little bit more about what's going on.
Yes, we really want the public to come. Like I say, we're kind of in the heart of hurricane season. There's lots of things that families need to do to be prepared if we have such an event happen here in Walker County or any emergency. You need to have a family emergency plan. What you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and be ready to deal with anything that might come by.
So there's a lot of exhibitors that will be out here, including the OEM office. You guys, obviously, I believe, will be out there. Walker County Sheriff's Office, Texas Animal Health Commission, Huntsville Emergency Management, the Fire Department, and not just Huntsville, but our friends at New Waverly as well. They're part of this county. Walker County EMS, State Health Services will be down there. Community Emergency Response Team, ESD, District Number 2 will be there. The Texas Division of Emergency Management, Animals Issues. There's going to be and more. That's not all of them. And so this is an opportunity for the community to come out. And we're talking indoors, so you don't have to get too hot. But come on out, and you can learn more about these departments. And many of the department heads will be there. And so you'll get to meet some folks that are a vital part of what we do in the community. But more importantly, these folks are going to come out and get some very resourceful information about how to protect their families.
That's correct. National Weather Service from Houston, Galveston will be there. There will be a lot of people. We have 34 participants that's going to be there. And my thought on this, it's not going to be sit down where you have to listen to a presentation. You can come in, get you a hot dog, package of chips, and a Coke, and walk around and visit with who you want to visit and ask the questions that you may have of these different organizations. It's going to be a fun time. Smokey the Bear is going to be there from the Texas Forest Service for a couple of different. That suit's pretty hot, so about 15, 20 minutes as long as he can stay in it at one time. But he's going to be there for a couple of deals. Kids can have their picture made with him. I just want everybody to be prepared. You need to know what you're going to do. We're going to have a to-go kit, which is everything that you need that you can pick up, and if you have to leave your home or if you just need to know. The state recommends that you be prepared for 3 days. We always say you need at least 7 days preparation. You know, that's a gallon of water per person per day. That doesn't sound like much, but that's a lot of water that you need to have on hand. And canned goods, a lot of people don't realize you need to have one of those remote deals that you can charge your cell phone on, because electricity goes out pretty regular. In fact, today we're having a meeting at 9:30, and we're going to be talking about the electrical grid in this area. And we're going to have a lot of the people there, and we're going to have a roundtable discussion on that. That's become a big problem here lately.
No, it has become a very big problem. And I will say this, though, through this extreme heat that we've been having, I have expected power outages. And we had one at Elkins the other day, but I mean, there was literally a branch. Sometimes folks joke around, there's always somebody that always say, oh, well, they're doing something over there. There was a branch that fell. Someone posted a video. The branch fell. The property actually had caught on fire out at Elkins. A branch had literally, because I was sitting there thinking, how did a branch fall? It ain't even windy today. But, act of God, the branch fell. There was a little bit of a fire there because of it, but the power was out. But, I'm thankful that we haven't seen, I've honestly thought that we'd see a lot more power outages with the extreme heat. But I think the state they learned a lot from the winter that we had, the terrible winter we had back in 21. And I feel like maybe there's some good things happening to help protect that grid.
Yes, in the Texas Division of Emergency Management, they have a energy team that works on that all the time, and we're real thankful here, blessed. We have 4 different providers in Walker County. We have Entergy, which does a fantastic job of keeping things up and going. But then we had Mid-South Electric Co-op that does super good at keeping things up. We have Chico, Sam Houston Electric Co-op, and then we have part of the county that's even connected to Houston County Electric Co-op. So, and we're in contact with these people regularly, and anytime there's an event that might impact the grid, they're in contact with us, we're in contact with them. And so, it's better to know somebody before an event happens than to trade cards during an event. So we're in contact with those people all the time to kind of keep abreast of what's going on.
Well, Mr. Davis, you and your staff do a great job here in Walker County and literally throughout the area, just helping folks. Again, that's why this event is so important for you and your family. As Butch said a while ago, bring the kids out. It's going to be a fun day. You're going to learn a lot as well, but you can bring the children out Saturday, coming up this Saturday, and from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That will be happening at the Walker County Storm Shelter. And I did notice you mentioned the free hot dogs, chips, and drinks. I just wanted to know if Bill Doggett is going to be out there. It says while supplies last. What time is Bill getting there? Because they may go pretty quick when Bill gets there.
Well, yeah, Bill will be there. He is one of the commissioners that really supports our office, and I've got such a great team. I can't do anything by myself, but we as a team can do a lot. And we work with the City of Huntsville Emergency Operations and, of course, with the state and even with the feds. So, we're constantly trying to improve what's going on here in Walker County.
Now, do you have like an app or something that lets people know what's going on?
We're coming soon. We will have a app. It'll be free to the public. They can go on and they can get all the information about their the different things, whether it be related to the burn ban, whether it be related to tropical weather, just whatever they want to look at, they'll be able to go on that app. Everybody's on their phone nowadays, so I thought that would be a good tool for the public to be able to keep up with what's going on in Walker County, and also be able to, you might say at the touch of a finger, know what they need to do and how they need to be prepared.
We just put a link up as well. Oh, go ahead, Kaye.
Well, I got a phone call the other day that was talking about the burn ban.
Okay,
and I thought that was great.
Yes,
but, to be able to go
here in Walker County, we got it back in about 2006. We have what's called Code Red, and people have to go in and register for that, but it will let you know. We used it. We had a gas leak on Montgomery Road the other day, and we can zoom down to a specific location, and we let people know that there was a gas leak in that. We've used it many a times, and it's a good deal. You have to register. You can go on the county website. Go to the OEM, and you can register for Code Red. That's another thing. But this free app is going to be so handy that people can just go and look at anytime they want to. I'm a little old, but I have learned to do things on a smartphone, and so it's good.
Age is just a number. I always say, the more numbers in that age just means the more wisdom, Mr. Davis. So thank you for sharing the wisdom with us this morning. I did want to highlight, too, as well, and thank you for all this valuable information. And it's great to hear about the app. I want to encourage folks, too, to go on Facebook. You guys do a really great job of keeping the community and the county up to date on that Facebook page. I put the link up there. Just search for Walker County OEM on Facebook if you're listening to this right now. But if you are on the live chat and you can see those comments coming up, click on that link and be sure to like the page. They've got almost 6,000 folks that are following them now. And I mean, perfect information right here that there was a fire going on, and you guys had posted some information about that, saying a fire was contained, 100% contained at 5.5 acres. And so there's all sorts of information here on the Facebook page as well, but that app is going to be huge. But I do like the Facebook page because, as I said, you guys do a fantastic job keeping that up to date.
I have two people in the office that are constantly monitoring that and putting things on. We had a road closure for road repair. We put that on there so people can I try to get it on as early as I can so when people are in transit to work or commuting to work or coming home, they know where they might need to avoid in case there's some kind of road closure going on.
Yeah, and we'll put this up here as well. Again, Mr. Butch Davis is joining us this morning from Walker County OEM. The fair happening again on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And, some other things, too, when you think of part of safety is sometimes there may be, we've heard, we don't have to deal with it too much here, but I would think, especially down in the Houston area, chemical spills. I mean, that's something that folks don't think a lot about.
We have more than you realize. Anytime there is a hazardous spill, then my office has to respond in the county. We go and make sure that it's cleaned up, environmentally safe for people to continue down the interstate or in the county, wherever it may be.
We're showing a couple of things here, too, on the screen for those of you that are joining us on the live video this morning. And so I just wanted to pop this up here on the screen as well. This is the flyer for that event, again, that is coming up on Saturday. So make sure you get out there. Bring the children, family-friendly event. There's going to be hot dogs and also some raffles going on as well, Mr.
Yes,
Davis.
we have some of the people that's coming are presenting the things to us to raffle off. I know that Houston County Electric Co-op has got a Yeti bucket. It's going to be full of emergency supplies. We're giving a weather radio away. TDM is bringing some weather radios. Different people are furnishing things for us to raffle off to the people here in Walker County. I'm just wanting everyone to be prepared and be ready in case of an event here in Walker County. That's, God bless me with the ability to know what to do, and I follow His leading on what I'm supposed to do.
Well, it's been great information. So great to catch up with you, Mr. Davis. Appreciate all that you do here in the community, the county. Kaye, did you have any final questions?
What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for, most of all, I'm thankful for that Jesus died on the cross for my sins.
Amen.
That's a big thing, and He has blessed me with the ability to work with people and take care of people. And, of course, I always put God number one, family second, with my wife at the top, and my 7 grandkids, and 2 great-grandkids. So,
awesome.
And then my job. I'm blessed. I'm very dedicated to my job. I grew up in an environment where work was important. If you take care of your job and take care of your employees, they'll take care of you.
That's right. Well,
Amen.
That's great information this morning. And, we do broadcast this not only on social media, but as well as a Spirit Radio FM app. And we've got listeners quite literally throughout the globe that we're highlighting the good in our community, reaching all points of the earth. The Bible says, go and make disciples of all nations. And so I love that message this morning. Somebody out there needed to hear that, and that's going to lift them up and encourage them.
Thank you.
Well, that'll wrap it up here with Mr. Butch Davis. My dad always said to call people Mr. or Mrs. until they told me otherwise. You didn't tell me otherwise, so I kept saying Mr. Davis.
Well, Mr. Davis passed away in 1987. I'm Butch.
All right. Well, Butch it is. So, again, Butch, appreciate the great work. Again, awesome opportunity to get out there this weekend to the Walker County Storm Shelter. Bring the children, bring the family, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And when you get out there, let the folks know that you heard about it here on Good Morning Huntsville. For now, though, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue on. It is your show, Good Morning Huntsville. We're always highlighting the good happening in our community. You can text in that keyword school along with your name to 936-339-0139, and that will get you in for a chance to win some wonderful candy here from 0 Degree. For now, though, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. More to come. It's your show, Good Morning Huntsville.
child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kaye, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Change requires preparation. When seasons change, we check our gardens and plants. We check our heating and AC systems. We rotate our wardrobes. There's work to be done because preparation is always best. I'm Greg Smith with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. As your hometown experts in celebrating life, we're here to help you prepare for the next season, to help you make decisions without burdening your family. It's our family's way of serving yours, and we are honored to do so. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and Orby, and even offer Valami hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why, at the Color Bar Hair Salon, you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon.
Gremlins continue. People are like, what is going on? Doodle-doo-doo. Here we go. We're back at it. Gremlins. As I said earlier, they're just all over the show today. I'm trying to click on our phone app and it won't even work.
What's going on with that?
It's not working. It's not working. I remember one time a guy, I was just thinking for some reason, I was thinking of like stuff not working, and never forget, I was talking to a guy one time about a car, and I was talking about credit. I said, I don't really feel like I got the credit for this. And he goes, no credit, don't sweat it. And I was like, yeah, don't sweat it because you're going to charge me like 50% interest, man.
The phone app is not working.
It's working now.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, Rick. So back at it here. Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools. Was that a little bit better? Kaye said that I was trying to like force it in the commercial break. So was that better? Like that was nonchalant, right? Like Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools.
There you go.
Normally I'm like Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools. But you got to be careful because some people say the word sorry is sorry. Sorry. And this is, look, there's nothing sorry about Tomorrow's Promise. There's all joy. You're not going to be sorry. You're going to be happy when you come into Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Just wanted to throw that out there, just in case somebody was wondering.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Can you-
I'm so happy.
Got it all over my face.
I got this Miss Rachel stuff stuck in my head from Braylon. You know, there's a little song. I'm so happy. Jump, hop, skip, clap. Dun, 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 dun. Coolest thing ever. Man, I'm gonna have to put the link up so I can get some commission on this thing. There are these magnetic blocks that if I wish I would have had them when I was a child. You know,
Oh, they're cool. Yeah.
Braylon has just went nuts playing with these things, and she loves them. And the ones that we bought come with a little car that you can build also. And so the other day, she's like making a car. She's stacking them up, and she starts pushing it across the coffee table. And I was like, this is awesome. I have now got a magnetic block babysitter. And she's being creative. She's not zombified watching some program or any of that jazz. She's playing with blocks and expanding her mind, which leads me in.
And you haven't played with them yet?
No, I have. Oh, yeah. I built a church with them.
Okay.
I built a little church because he has steeple. It's cool. It's the coolest thing ever. We didn't ask. I don't know if you're prepared for it. I shouldn't throw it out there. Is there any Kaye's Wednesday wisdoms today?
Well, I'm going to go from the theme of show today. You know, be prepared. Because it's Murphy's Law. Something's bad's going to happen. But if you're expecting and planning for it, then it doesn't strike you by surprise. So, I mean, Rick and I were talking. We have our bug-out bag packed. If there's an emergency, we just grab the bag and can leave the house and have food and some water with us and things like that. So, you know, be prepared. What emergency can strike? Have $500 of an emergency fund. I know that's really hard right now, but
not Monopoly money. It's got to be real money.
But you know, have some cash in your house, because if the electronics are down, if there's no power, you can't conduct transactions with your credit card.
Yeah, good thoughts.
You know, we have some small bills, but you need to make sure that they're not all hundreds because, you know, they might not be able to get it at the cash register and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and then, of course, you're going to have the delay of them having to, like, put the marker on it and make sure they're legitimate. So, you know, it's always a hassle using cash. It really is. You know, but then it's a hassle using credit cards, and especially if you go to a particular large chain coffee place. That's why I go local to Sipsy's. Every once in a while, we go through this large chain coffee, and what do? Oh, here, pick your choice. I'm like, what are you talking about, my choice? And it's the tip right in front of my face. I'm like, your coffee's already $10, and now you want 5 more on top of that? You got to earn that tip.
I agree.
So, well, hey, friends, Samantha Havard joining us. Did want to get to a couple of the comments. Also, our great friend over at Learning RX, Lisa Branch, joining, saying, good morning, Huntsville. Good to see you. Always love seeing Ellen Duke. She is from Trinity, Texas, saying, have a good day. Appreciate that comment coming in. Vicki Bailey. Some new folks here this morning that I have not seen comments before. Vicki Allen Bailey saying good morning as well. Denise Holly chiming in, saying good morning, Huntsville. Melissa Barham over at Advantage Specialties chiming in. Paul Oley, a while ago, I love this one here next door to us at the gallery, said, good morning. Guys, almost didn't recognize you, Butch, without your hat. He always wears a cowboy hat. Well, he took it off this morning. And I told Butch that when he walked out during the break, and he goes, well, I was inside. And I just love how respectful Butch is. You know, that's the things that we need to teach our children. You know, he's a gentleman. He walked in, he goes, well, I was inside. I took my hat off. But he has an awesome cowboy hat. One that would look really good on Rick, by the way.
I've got one.
Well, you noticed that Justin fixed our hair from last week.
Oh, hold on. Let's go in here. What do we got? Justin did the
Justin
work.
fixed our hair from last week because, remember, we had the rainbow look last week.
That's right. We had the clown look going on. Clown Town was in here. So Justin Killingsworth, Color Bar, taking good care of y'all as always. Got rid of that. That's great. Casey Cruz over at Hometown Title joining in this morning, saying good morning. Casey, your kitties are doing well. I saw them on Facebook. She's got two cats, and she's taking care of the cats, so they're doing good. I love cats as long as they're someone else's cats.
Yeah, me too. I'm highly allergic, but I like to pet them.
That's great. I'm going to bring a cat next week. I cannot wait to see this.
I am closing the door.
We're going to do, this will be like Fear Factor.
I'm not afraid of the cat.
No, but we'll get 100 cats in a tub with you laying in the middle of it and see how many times you start sneezing.
No, I break out. It looks like it's terrible.
Cat daddy. I'm going to start calling you Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy. Tomorrow's promise, Cat Daddy. I don't even know where that came. Russ Rutledge back in Georgetown from Russell's Glass joining us. Good to hear from you, Russell. Good to see you this morning. And then, hey, there it is, our friend Jerica from Fargo, North Dakota. Chime in. Jerica actually sent a message here saying, sorry, I didn't catch the show live, but she watched it after work. So it's always great to have a good friend. You could do that too. Maybe you missed the show.
Well, we've invited Jerica down here before.
We have. Jerica, you have not responded to our request.
Yeah.
And,
you're welcome to come.
This is an
we
ongoing
have places
thing.
we could put you.
We do. We got some places in Huntsville we can put you. You don't worry about
let
that.
me clarify that. We have some nice places.
We do. We got some nice places. Several hotels popping up around here too now. So even that Sam Houston University has the University Hotel, and it's nice. It is nice.
I've been in there. It's very nice.
Very nice. Justin
I've never
Killingsworth,
stayed there.
Color Bar joining us, and then also our good friend 0 Degree. That is Mr. Clay saying good morning, Huntsville. We are giving away some of those Skittles right now. I've always wanted to say that just like that. Right now.
Good morning.
Hi.
Who am I speaking to?
This is Rachel Drake.
Hi, Rachel Drake. This is Rick Bohening. What are you thankful about?
Y'all.
You're watching us?
Well, I was.
It's kind of creepy.
I think say, how many fingers am I holding up? But
Well, I can't see you now that I'm on the phone.
Well, Rachel, since you're watching us, beautiful, beautiful necklace today, Rachel. We are hacked into your phone and we can see through your camera.
All you can see is inside of her ear.
Yeah, sorry, always sees your ear. Beautiful ear, by the way. I'm just kidding. Rachel, how you doing? Hey, Rachel, congratulations. You're the lucky winner today. That was Rick Bohening, by the way. I let Rick take the phone call there. He did a good job. So, good job, Rick.
I like it.
Rachel, what's going on? Rachel, how you doing today? Over at Casa, good to hear from you.
Yeah, well, I'm off work today, but we're okay.
All right, well, you know what you got here? Some Skittles from 0 Degree. Have you had these before?
I have not.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to get in trouble. You are going to get in trouble because these things are addicting. In fact, my buddy runs a recovery house, and they're going to open it up for folks now, not just drug and alcohol addiction, but if you get addicted to 0 Degree, they're going to bring you in. So, you may have to go over there after we give this to you, Rachel.
Well, I look forward to trying it.
Hey, have you won before on the show? It seems like you have.
I won last week. I won some car wash passes.
Yeah, we need to schedule a time for you to come by and pick those up, Rachel.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's a Calendly. I can't even talk. Calendly. That's a hard one. Calendly.
What is that word?
Like calendar, but with a lee at the end. Calendly.
You mean a calendar link?
Yeah, but it's called Calendly.
Yeah, that's an app that
I had no idea.
Yeah, you can schedule. Do you use that, Rachel? Calendly?
I don't. I usually use the regular office calendar.
Okay. Well, all right, Rachel. Well, congratulations. You are the winner again, second week. Just trying to take it over here on Good Morning Huntsville. Congratulations.
Are you sure this thing's randomizing?
It is. Yeah, because you can win. It resets each week. Yeah.
It's
So.
because I texted today, probably.
I haven't won in months.
Yeah,
I'm starting to wonder.
Well, yours pops up. I'm like, As soon as you win, I'm just like, scratch that. So, well, Rachel, congratulations. Keep up the great work that you ladies are doing at Casa, and thank you so much for being a part of this show, and best wishes as you continue on throughout your day, and we pray each little one gets well pretty quick.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. There she is, Miss Rachel. There she is, Miss Rachel Drake. I'm trying to think of where I heard some guy talking like that one time. There was someone I was listening to, and this guy just had that enunciation in his voice, like, there she is. I don't know where it came from.
Low and guttural like that?
I don't have any idea. So,
I think he's had too many Skittles.
yeah, I haven't had enough, by the way. Oh, check this out. Cheesecake Skittles. But guess what, Huntsville? You ain't getting these. Clay brought those for me. Whoa. Never mind. Well, you got to be quick. You got to be quick on the hands there this morning. Congratulations, Rachel. She is the winner. And big thank you to Clay over at 0 Degree. Check him out. Find him on Facebook, 0 Degree freeze-dried candy. And you will have a little bit of candy heaven whenever you eat any of that freeze-dried stuff.
I'll share.
Wonder if you could freeze-dry snuff.
Yeah. Why would you want
My
to?
grandma used to do this Gibson's and Sons snuff. I'm not talking tobacco. I'm talking like straight-up powdered snuff. And she always had a little bit on her lip. And when she passed, because she always had it, she always had that snuff. so when she passed, we asked the funeral home. We said, "Could you please?" And we had a little bottle of it. We said, "Can you please put this in Nanny's hand?" And so, at the viewing there at the funeral home, literally, she's laying. They just did a beautiful job and loved my grandma to pieces. And she would laugh because that's how she was just a jokester too. But in her little hand was that bottle of snuff. And so we said, you know what? She went to the promised land and took a little snuff with her.
Yeah, there you go.
So, well, friends, been a fun one today. Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori schools. What's going on before we go? What's been happening over at tpms.life?
Construction's coming along.
I'll be holding on to that, Kaye. See what you're doing there. Construction's coming along, all right.
School's started. We've got the pre-K partnership going on. Literally, the office has been, the phone rang, this phone rings, my cell phone rings. There's an email coming through. Somebody's at the door. Back to the phone. It has been hopping.
That's good. And I know you guys are hiring too, so folks are out there looking for work. How can they find out? How can they apply? Where can they get information?
They can come in. They can go to tpms.life and go to the career page. They can call us. Just reach out. We'll answer the phone.
And you get to work with us.
I went over, Rick. I went over.
That might not be a good sell, Rick.
No,
especially you.
No, Rick. Look, here's the deal. I walked in to the main office, and I've been in before, just very briefly passing. But I walked in, and Rick was sitting there at the desk, and I said, "This is." And Lacey was there. This new marketing young lady, she's a great young lady. And I remember just walking in. I was like, "This is very pleasant here with Rick at the front desk. I think that needs to be his permanent job." It was Rick. I'm being honest. It was very pleasant.
We will have words after the show.
It was a very pleasant. It just felt good, Like, have you ever walked into a room and there's like a who's who is in that room and you just know that they're there? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like, if there was someone that's well known that was in a room, you'd walk in and you kind of feel that they were in the room, the energy that they would bring. You brought the energy that day when I walked into Tomorrow's Promise. I said, man.
That's because when I see you, I light up.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Rick. So I'm trying to butter you up, and here you are buttering me. So it's not even humid outside. I told you it's not thick this morning, and here you go with the butter. I don't even know what we're doing, but I can tell you what we are doing now. We're signing off. It's been a great morning, so thank you all. Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools. Make sure you check them out. Get your children enrolled. They are the premier education facility here in Huntsville, Texas, and throughout the county, and you will not be disappointed in the excellence that your child will receive from Kaye and her wonderful staff. They'll take care of them. They'll dedicate them. I mean, it is just a world-class facility right here in the heart of Huntsville, Texas. That's why we broadcast on Spirit Radio now, because we want to shine the light and the spirit of Huntsville across the globe, just like Tomorrow's Promise is doing with children here in Huntsville, Texas.
Well, and we're also gearing up for our Lasso Your Imagination fundraiser to continue bringing books to the children in Walker County.
That's right. And so next week, Elliot Herzlich will be on, and we'll talk more about that event. We'll have Mr. Elliot come in and hop on and talk about it. So,
great.
Going to be fun. Tomorrow, excited. Got a great guest alongside Justin Killingsworth tomorrow. Good friend, Nick Nilsson, taking those Skittles. Nick Nilsson here. Look at this. Look at this frame right here. You're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I want to remind you. You can live the dream. You can eat Skittles without feeling bad. But in all seriousness, Nick Nilsson going to be here tomorrow. This guy is a great guy, and so Nick's going to be here. He's an associate pastor at Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. He'll be joining us remotely to talk more about his book and talking about living the dream. And I think it's going to be a message tomorrow that all of us need to hear. And,
sounds like it.
Regardless of where you're at spiritually, or if you're a believer or not, you need to tune in tomorrow, because Nick's going to open up your heart and reveal some things. And I truthfully believe that tomorrow is going to just be a day that a lot of folks really need to hear this message. And so really excited to have Nick on. He's does an amazing job. And so he'll be with us with Justin Killingsworth of the Color Bar. That's coming tomorrow.
I look forward to it.
You ever say words and it comes out the side of your lip? Tomorrow.
Only when I'm chewing.
Tomorrow. Bridget's going to get mad at me. She hates whenever I make faces. Thank y'all for listening in this morning. It's a Good Morning Huntsville. Thank you, Rick and Kaye.
Thank you, Ron, for having us.
It's so quiet in here. The AC turned off, and it's just so awkward. All right, friends, that'll wrap it up here at another edition of Good Morning Huntsville, as it's episode 92 wrapping up today. Big thank you to Butch Davis and Bill Doggett and Walker County OEM for coming in, opening up our eyes, and letting us know more about this event happening on Saturday, August 19th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. As I end every show, I want to remind you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We truly need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you, and somebody needs to take away the Skittles from Kaye. Till next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you. Have a great day, everyone.
Goodbye.
Oh.
We're still here. Oh.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
See these.
Skittle Man. I'm going to end it with this, Rick. Skittle Man.
Skittle Man.
All right, see you guys later. We're done.